Okay, students, see, in previous class, we have discussed the different forms of inheritance. Okay, that are most topic are very important. You just, I hope you understood clearly. And the Rhoda diagram. Okay, the Rhoda diagram in your exam if coming, because then you got the full marks if you draw the diagram, right? Today we have to done a program. Before we done program, I give it the syntax of multiple inheritance. In previous class, I give it a syntax of single inheritance. Today, this class, I give you syntax of multiple inheritance. Okay, the syntax of defining a class, defining a derived class using multiple inheritance is given below. You see, class derived class name. VIS mode means visibility mode. You have to write. Okay, you have to write full form. Visibility mode. And what is multiple inheritance? Your base class is more than one. Okay. Then you have to write base one. Again, you have to write. Okay. You have to write. This is short form. Okay. Base 1, base 2, okay, basically 2 base class and members of derived class, right? Okay. We have to write where mode is the visibility mode and base 1, base 2, etc. are names of multiple base classes. Okay, means these are superclass and this is subclass. Okay. Also, you can write that first superclass is private. Suppose visibility mode is public. Second superclass visibility mode is private. Okay. These all are clear in where we done programming. Okay. See. Now we have to done a programming. You write a program to illustrate the access control in public derivation of a class, right? You have to write down Okay, we have to take one integer, constant integer value, which is 25. This is global variable because this is outside of the main function. Class employee, we have to take first accessibility mode is private for data member. Character unsigned long, okay, and member function is in public. First member function is for input, okay. This gets function used here, that's why we take this stdio header file. Okay, and next is for output. And third one is, first of all I have to write down after I explain you. Okay. See, this 3R header file stdio we take because gets function used, okay, and one variable is take as a global variable, constant and integer. The classes are employee, and we take this to data member take as a private accessibility mode, okay, and this is public accessibility mode, okay. So first of all, this is the input, enter name, enter employee number and E number means employee number. And this is for output, name, employee number, basic salary, okay, and this is tab, okay. Now why we take this private and this public, okay, when we complete the program then you easily understood. Public take the member function because we have to access the member function, okay, you write serially. And we take these two data member as a protected. See, okay, this is the ending of this class employee. We have to derive one class from that class, okay. This basic we use here float because sometimes salary is point coming, so 10,000 point, okay, 10,500 something means sometimes pointed coming point number in salary, and get basic. This member function basically we take as a protected. Okay. Don't be confused. Okay, I know this topic is somehow some perplexed. Okay. See. Class manager, public employee. Means this is the what? This is derived class, and this is so this is base class and this is derived class. Means manager is derived from this. This is base class and this is derived class. Okay. You have to take again one member function. Okay, enter title. You can take here backslash n. Okay, and after that you have to write first of all you have to write down. After I will explain you why we take private, protected, public. Okay, and after this you have to write the main function. Okay, first of all you have to write in the copy, then I explain. This manager is what? Derived class. Two object we take M1 and M2. Okay, and we have to access the output function. details, manager 1 details, return 0 and last is get ch. Okay, you have to first of all write down this thing. Means we have take derived class object, manager is derived from base class what? Employee. These two are object M1 as M2, and we have to take why two object, because we have to access two manager detail. Okay, two manager detail, manager 1 and manager 2, and these two are input, and this manager 1 detail accessed by M1 dot put data, manager 2 detail accessed by M2 dot put data, right? Okay, now you see in your program, I tell you a program concept. You see, first to header file, okay, that I'll explain up to you. Okay, void get data means input data member function, and put data for output member function. Okay, and after that we have to take protected float basic. Why we take protected? If you remember the visibility accessibility mode concept, that what is the difference between protected and private member visibility mode? Protected and private visibility mode difference is, in private visibility mode, I hope you remember that it is not inherited. It has no inheritance property. Okay, in private visibility mode, it has not any inheritance property. That's why we have to take protected here. Float basic. Okay, protected inheritance, protected accessibility mode for float basic. Okay. And name and employee number is coming under this member function public. Okay, and we have take another class manager, which is derived from base class employee as a accessible visibility mode public. You see, and private we take title length constant, and after that we take void get data, employee, and scope resolution we use for get data. And basic we take as a function get. That's why we use the header files stdio, standard input output, and after that we take this simple input output function, and last one is for this object, and we take only manager class object. Why we take only manager class object? Why we don't take employee class object? Because manager is derived class, and what? Suppose this is the class of employee. Okay, and we have to derive manager class from employee, and we have to take the details of manager 1, manager 2, right? Means details means what? The manager details means what? Employee number, name, salary. Okay, and that all are coming in where? Employee. Means we have to access this class detail to this manager. Means we have to mainly see this class. That's why we have take only derived class object M1 and M2, and using this object we access the input member function, output member function. Okay, why we take only, I can say you, because in derived class we take all the information from the base class, and in base class what is the information? Employee number, salary, name, all things. Okay, and one thing I hope you remember that in private accessibility mode, inheritance property doesn't exist. That's why we have to take protected accessibility mode. You see in the program, protected visibility mode. Okay, and we take two manager details, manager 1 and manager 2. That's why we write M1 and M2, two objects we declared. Okay, get data and put data. And output will be coming like that: enter name, what is the printing statement, enter name, enter employee number, enter basic. Okay, and you have to take two manager details, and last of all you have to enter name, employee number. I told you, enter basic. Basic is also coming, actually basic is coming in float number pointed, that's why we take float, and after that we take enter title. Okay. Okay. You done in your PC this program, then you already find the output. Okay. Generally, inheritance program is not coming frequently in exam. Okay. Constructor program is very, very important. But if sometimes in practical exam, this type of program coming, that's why I write down. But inheritance program is not actually coming in exam. Okay. Okay. I write down one question answer type. Okay. Right. How does inheritance influence constructor and destructor? This type of question coming in exam. Okay. Right. How does inheritance influence the working of the constructors? I hope you remembered the what is constructor and destructor. Constructor is what? The same name member function for creating the object, and destructor is the same name member function, but we have to use a symbol tilde and for destroying the object. Okay. Okay, you just write down the answer. Inheritance okay, you just write means a class derived class is inheriting properties another class means when an object of a derived class is declared, okay, in order to create it, firstly the constructor of the base class was invoked. Means object created means this is the constructor concept, and then the constructor of the derived class is invoked. You see, carefully read the notes. Inheritance means derived class inheriting properties from another class. When an object of the derived class is declared in order to create it, firstly the constructor of the base class is invoked, and then the constructor of the derived class is invoked. Means we have to create the object. Means this is the influencing of the constructor. And next paragraph you write how it influences the destructor. This is the last portion of this question. You write from serially. I write down because no enough space. You write down. On the other hand, First of all, you write down this previous note. After that, you have to write this. Okay, what I write in here now. On the other hand, when an object or derived class is destroyed, first the destructor of the derived class is invoked followed by the destructor of the base class, that is the destructors are invoked the reverse order of constructor invocation. You see, means how inheritor influence the destructor part. Okay, and on the other hand, when an object of the derived class is destroyed, how the destruction of the derived class is invoked followed by the destruction of the base class. Means when we use destructor in the inheritance, means we have to destroy the object. If you destroy the object, means what? You have to destroy the class also. Means this program is not executed. Okay, this is the concept. For some special requirement, we have to use destructor in inheritance. This is not important for the syllabus. Okay, it is not need to be important for the syllabus. Means we have to take constructor for creating an object, okay, and destructor for destroy the object, means destroy the whole class, means the program is not executed. This is the main thing. First the destruction of the derived class is invoked followed by the destructor of the base class, that is the destructor invoked in the reverse order of constructor invocation. Means constructor is for creating and destructor is for destroy, means the reverse order, opposite to each another. Okay. Okay. Actually, for inheritance chapter, mainly your forms is different forms of inheritance is important, and exam in your final exam also mainly from this chapter, if the forms are coming, okay, programs is also not so much important, but you have to study for practical exam also, and this type of exam sometimes coming, but mainly your what coming, different forms are coming, single, multiple, multi-level, like that. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So okay, I give you one actual topic, feasibility mode definition sometime coming. What is feasibility mode? I say I give you the feasibility mode definition. Okay, sometime exam coming. What is feasibility mode? Directly for 1 mark. Okay, mainly exam coming. What is base class derived class? This question is very important. I already give you base class derived class. It's very important. I give you what is feasibility mode. Okay. Simply writing the what is feasibility modes. The feasibility modes. This for 1 mark topic coming. 1 mark question coming. If what is feasibility mode, then you have to write just simply this line. I think you know already this thing. Feasibility mode means this is accessibility mode. Accessibility mode. We already studied in the class and object chapter. I just write you the definition for exam for easy for study for your exam. Okay. The feasibility mode private or public or protected. You see in the definition of the derived class specifies whether the features base class are privately derived publicly derived or protected derived. Okay, means if in your exam coming what is feasibility mode, then you have to write this thing. The feasibility mode private or public or protected in the definition of the derived class specifies whether the features of the base class are privately derived or publicly derived or protected derived. Just you have to write this thing for 1 mark. Okay, write down for easy purpose as to study for your exam. Okay, so this is enough for this chapter. Okay, in next class we have to discuss the data file handling.